Yeah. Um, Devaha. You said last week, Devaha is usually translated as most effulgent.
Okay.
And one of the meaning they give for Devaha as senses, sense organs.
Correct. Correct.
Is that because in Tattva Bodha we relate a lot of organs to Devatas. Is that the same meaning?
Yeah. So the word Deva has many meanings. Okay, as you already said, and one of the meanings is sense organs. Okay. So we don't invoke that meaning here.
Okay,
We don't invoke that.
okay,
So we says Devaha, most effulgent, and the effulgent, when you say brilliant, shining, if you say, then who can be the most shining? Indra also is effulgent. Yama is effulgent. Varuna is effulgent. And Devis are all effulgent, no doubt about it. And Bhagavati effulgent. So here we talk about Sarvajna, one who is all-knowing. Only the all-knowing can be complete. So that sense of completeness has to be brought in here. So there's no room to interpret this Deva as sense organs
okay,
or Devatas of sense organs. All that we don't invoke here.
okay. And what is the correct meaning of exalted means?
Exalted. Okay, I used a word exalted, and exalted means not ordinary. So if we consider ourselves as ordinary beings, then compared to us, Indra, Varuna, etc. are exalted beings.
Okay.
They are also jivas only. They are also jiva only. So Indra also is a bit insecure about his position. Great position. So we can see insecurity among some of the, even in our own life. Why go to Indra Loka? Our own Loka, we can see a lot of Indras and all that. So I read this news the other day, a couple of days ago. George Soros invests $1 billion in countering these nationalists and other people in this world. These fellows are dangerous people, I tell you. They have money in hands and they do whatever they want. And Modi is in the list. And so I don't know what their problem is. So look at this guy. So powerful. He thinks he's powerful, but he's actually doing a lot of damage also. So that Indra also is a jiva. Exalted. We are not referring to human beings here, but exalted beings that we read about in our own Vedas, our own Shastram. And that's, so we use the word exalted. Good question. And so not ordinary beings. That is one way to heavenly, celestial beings. So maybe that is another way to translate that. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks. Yeah.
Good.
Jaykumarji, I just want to quote an example of Mukha Kavi, Mukha Pancha Shati. Kamakshi herself made dumb person say 500 verses just by giving tambulam, putting in his mouth. I just wanted to bring that when you said the story.
Yeah, exactly. Mukha, what is it called?
Mukha Panchashati.
Mukha Panchashati, 500. Yeah, Mukha Panchashati. Panchashatakam. Yeah. Very, very good. Yeah. What is the story behind that? I forget. Is there a story? There must be one. No?
In a temple, there were many people sitting, and then Kamakshi herself walks out of the temple in like a lady, and then she would be having tambulam in her mouth, the palm leaves and everything, and then she would ask many people whether she wants the tambulam, but nobody. But he being dumb, he just looks at her with an open mouth, and then she takes that and then puts in his mouth, and then he started singing with the praise of Kamakshi. And then he requested goddess Kamakshi to make him dumb again, because with his mouth he doesn't want to speak any other words. So those are the only 500 verses he spoke.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, so these stories abound, and all this Arunagirinathar and all that our own, in our own every tradition they have. Mirabai is there in the north. Everything. So they're all expressions of Kataksha, grace. Very good. Anything else?
Jagamarji, one question. Can you please repeat the 6 angas of Veda?
Yeah. So 6 sangas are so the first one is Shiksha. So Taittiriya Upanishad, we start chanting Shiksham Yakshasyamaha, like that it goes. So that's Shiksha, phonetics, and then Vyakaranam, grammar, Kalpam, rituals, know-how of rituals, the science of rituals, and Niruktam, etymology, Chandas, prosody, or meter, the science of meter. And then the last one is Jyotisham, astronomy and astrology.
Okay. So then
Shiksha, Kalpam,
isn't the same line there's a Panchangam?
And,
Panchangam, we say that is also some 5 parts.
No.
Yeah. So Panchangam is there, correct. So there the angas are different. It refers to something different. Panchangas are Tithi, they refers to Tithi, and then Karanam, and then etc. Those things that we chant, no? During Sankalpa. Those, the position, the time, etc. So whether it's Prathama, Dvitiya, Tritiya, Tithi, then Nakshatra is there. So those 5 specifications are called 5 angas. That is different. Yeah. So Mama Pata, Samasta, Durtakshay Dvara, we say all that during our Sankalpas. Then we have to mention these 5 things. And Shubha Yoga, Shubha Karana, Aikula Karana, and then
Krishna Vishishtaya.
And then this one, Tritiyayam, Tithau, and then Nakshatram, Rohini Nakshatra.
No, the year comes.
So like that, 5 steps. Yeah.
Ayanam, year, Ritu, and Nakshatram.
So and then even the place, geographically also it is said.
Yes.
So the geography is not part of the 5, I think, but the other ones are part of the 5. So we can see what they are. So that anga has nothing to do with these 6 angas.
No, I know. I was wondering what they are.
Yeah, so they are. That's different. Yeah. So I'll tell you finally how it is. What comes there.
Is that part of Jyotisham, Jagmarji, the Panchangam?
Yeah, yes. Panchangam is an important text which completely based on Jyotisham. So they write, you know what they I don't know how they come up with this. Amazing. They just have it all in their minds. They predict eclipses. They tell you, because this whole Panchangam, this whole idea of doing rituals is not done in vacuum. It is done in an awareness of the whole. Awareness of the whole. I am not an isolated entity. I am connected to whole means, and I am connected to all planets also. That is how the science of astrology and astronomy has come about. That I impact the rest of the world. The rest of the world also impacts me. This idea is there. And so therefore the positions of the planets are so important. All these navagrahas are there, very important. And so that is what has brought about this science, and this Panchangam is evolved by November, December, they will publish the Panchangam for the next year. And I heard they do it, and these Panditas, they just know it all. Somebody has to publish the greatness of these people, this entire science. And it's been going on for ages. And so, yes, it's all completely based on this Jyotisha. And then they predict. I was reading once, and they predict the rainy season. They predict some storms. They will predict cyclones. Everything they predict.
They even
drought.
sunrise, sunset, moonrise, everything. I mean, that is 1 year ahead of time. When the sun is going to rise, which direction, everything. I mean, it's like very detailed.
That's all calculation, basically, right? They're calculating.
Yes, astronomical calculations.
So it's all calculation, but they're not using a piece of paper and calculating.
Right, yeah. Yes.
That is what
Not a computer.
Yeah, not a computer. So it's just, we just go and just worship them. I think if you do namaskar to them and just fall flat on their feet, I think that itself will be a big blessing. Because what a mind it is, and how they do it, nobody knows. So, Yat Kripa, due to whose grace all this happens. Good, very nice. Nice questions.
Jaykumarji,
Yeah.
I have a small clarification. Keshavam Badarayanam.
Can you raise your hand? I'm not able to spot you. Who is this?
Sundari.
Okay, we can't see you. That's the problem. Okay. So.
My video is on.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. I can't.
Okay.
I can't make you on spotlight. For some reason, it's not allowing me to put you on spotlight. It says you have not turned on the video. So go ahead and turn on your video, and then ask your question. So are you able to?
Can you see me now?
Yeah, now we can see you. Correct.
Yes. This Keshavam Badarayanam. Does Badarayanam refer only to Vedavyasa, or some other person also is known as Badarayana?
So in that verse, Badarayanam refers to Vyasa. Badarayana.
Okay.
In that verse. But Sanskrit is such a language that Janaki, if you say, Janakasya apatyam stri is Janaki. The daughter of Janaka is automatically called Janaki, correct?
Yes.
And so depending on the context, it can refer to Sita, or favorite Sita, or it can refer to somebody else also.
Okay, okay.
So therefore, Badarayana can come in some other context referring to somebody else also. Keep that
also. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Ji. Thank you, Ji.
Good. So we will pause there. Sajeev,